The topic of today's discussion is event modeling. Everybody has seen the famous W shapes that you get when you fit Vol curves around earnings. But where do they come from? What do they mean? And what are the implications and complications of dealing with events? So here you can see one of the examples of a fit around Amazon's earnings. So there's a typical W shape. They can look different depending on the probability distribution of the event move. And one of the common features of this is that discontinuity in the term structure for the money volatility. So right after the announcement, the volatility spikes and then slowly decays to its asymptotic level. And also there's a discontinuity in curvature, that the curvature, on the contrary, jumps down and then reverts to its usual level. And the negative curvature corresponds to this curvature of the W curve. In Vola dynamics, there are two components that deal with events. One we call Event Variance Fitter. The problem that module solves is how much extra variance you need to add to the event that your at the money vol term structure is clean. And the way we added the extra variance is via a volatility time converter that controls the flow of the volatility time, that controls the rate at which variance accrues. Once you introduce a new time converter that has extra event time corresponding to the event move, if you pick the correct value, your at the money vol term structure is going to be smooth. But it's not going to do anything to the shape of the vol curve. So you're going to have your at the money vol term structure is going to be nice, but your shape term structure, you still are going to have the discontinuity and curvature, and you're still going to have W shapes. It's an elegant solution to improving the pricing of early exercise in an efficient way. So it's a very easy workflow. Whenever you have earnings, all you need to do is specify your earnings dates, call the event variance fitter. It's going to produce you a new time converter. You plug it into your pricing fitter, and your early exercise, the pricing of the early exercise is going to be dramatically improved. Also, if you do any kind of calendar strategies, if you model in the term structure of the money vol via some PCAs or any models like this, or you want to compare one term structure of vol, say IBM versus Microsoft, or Nikkei versus S&P, and you put FOMC there, and you're just only thinking in terms of the overall vol levels, the event variance fitter and the vol time converter is solving your problem. However, if you want to know if each expiry after the events pricing the shape correctly, not just the overall vol level, but is the curvature pricing the same event in every expiry, then you need event model and module. I hope you learned something about event modeling today, and if you want to discuss in more detail with us what's under the hood, talk to us, send us an email to info@voladynamics.com. Happy trading.